So hey, welcome back guys. We're gonna use the Royal Miller table today. Run those tailings, see what we can get, see if we did lose anything. Some of the guys say, hey man, I think I had a little bit more in that bag. We'll see what happens on the Miller table. I'm up in the air on that one too. Just seems as though like there is no perfect gold prospecting equipment in the world. It all misses a slither of a fraction of a percentage of gold through it. But there's the concentrates from Vendetta, Big Texas, Culver, Garage Prospecting. That's in here. Here's the Miller table gear. I'll get it all put up on here and we'll get to running this material and see if we find anything. There's a little bit of jet dry that they send with it. Time to get it filled with water. It's a nice little tailings bend he sends with it. You can put all the little stuff that comes with it. And then of course I always have clamps and stuff like this to hold the pump up, and gloves, and I use these brushes right here. Things like that you can put in there. Comes with this little bracket right here with these legs. This is to do the leveling. That goes in here. It's got these preset drilled holes right there. It's got this little gate to catch gold. I still need more water, so let me get some more water in here and I'll be back. I've already added some jet dry to the water earlier when I was filling it up in the sink. This thing has another one of these shut-off valves, ball valves, that makes it hard to control the water flow. However, the Royal Manufacturing ball valve, I found it to be a little better. It doesn't get so stuck so hard. It has nice, good, fluid movement in here. But I'm gonna go ahead and end up using the bilge pump controller, speed controller from Washington Beach Mining anyway. So there's the water in the bin. I probably, that's probably 5 gallons of water. So not too bad. Here's the pump they send with it. Nice big hefty alligator clamps on here. So that's always good. I'm gonna go ahead and get this installed as usual. I like to clamp it down. Keep it up out of the very bottom of the water. Kind of up towards the top, The hose on this doesn't take any special fittings or anything, but the hose just slides inside. It slides right on in there. I think I'm liking that position there. We'll put this back over the top. You can't see it down there, but I need to lower my pump just a hair. That's in pretty good shape. Now, of course, these leveling feet. So here's the little leveling feet that you raise up or you take it down. That gives you the level of the platform of the Miller table. What I'm gonna do on here to level this is I'm gonna go with a half inch fall. And I've got this one side at a half, so we're good there. We'll put a level here, see what we got. It says this side needs to go down. Half inch fall on this side. Top of the box is level. This should make this a half inch fall. But as always with prospecting equipment, we put all of our levels on there and all that good stuff. And we run the water and we see how it goes. On this one, again guys, I bought one of these. All it is a computer power supply, 110, 120 volts in. I cut off the end of it, put wire connectors on there. This one for the Miller table is a 5 amp, 12 volt output, 5 amp accommodation. So we'll get this sucker all plugged in. Black to black, red to red. I have not used the speed controller for this just yet, so it's going to take me a little bit of time to do some modifications. I see water flow filling this entire side. This is still dry. Come in here with your brush, get it to where it's flowing smoothly. Use a brush to get all the little air bubbles out. You always want to look at the pattern back here. You always want to see a nice angle, nice equal angle. Right now it looks like something's going on over here. It's not dropping exactly the same way it is here, right off the end. So I'll have to do a little bit of modification. I will not run this fast. I slow it way down. But for the first initial tryout leveling and whatnot, this is how I do it. Behind this box, how the water comes out is called a weir system. I like to raise this up, get the weirs totally full. It just kind of shoots out and builds up on the table. And then once I know those, once I know the weir is completely full, I work too hard for all of this gold, so I like it to be, I like this miller table to catch every little piece that I've worked so hard for. So I hope the lighting's good. That might be a challenge in here with this extra tiny fine gold, but at this point now, I like where this is running. It's very slow. That's about how I like to run this. Of course, we'll start putting some material in, and then we'll see how it reacts to that. It's got these two little stringers falling off the side, and then it's just kind of dipping down. Nice little water pattern, nice V. That looks good to me. So let me get the party started and start running some material. Miller table, this stuff here is classified to 30, which is good. I haven't really ever had much luck with anything over that. This is a little bit big on the material scale, to be honest with you. But it'll do fine. Miller table, I've actually watched and seen round gold. Oh, there's a piece right there. I've seen round gold actually roll off the table, just like this piece is doing. I have never, boy, that one made it a little bit too far down for my liking. A lot of times I don't see gold go past here. I see a little speck there. Here's a piece here. So that's the third spoon. But round gold, like I was saying, I've seen it roll right off the table. Miller table is good for flat gold. Flat gold will lay down flat and then the water will go right over the top of it. So looks like there's one there, one there, one there. Don't see anything down in here. I know you guys are looking at a GoPro camera here and a light over here, so apologize for that. But what I like to do is get in here, snuffer this stuff up as I go. Now, you can use this little tray down here to brush it all off and get it out of this tray. And maybe here after a while I'll utilize that. A lot of times I just come in and I just start pulling it out just like this. That's pretty much, I just snuffer it up. Now, I did not like how I got gold all the way down here. I don't like my gold to go past half, so I think I'm going to slow the water flow down a little bit. And we will play with that setting and see what that looks like. Now that's a pretty big piece right there. I had to catch it because it was rolling off the darn table. Unbelievable, the blue bowl lost that piece. That is a good size. Just saw one piece roll off the edge. Sure don't like that. I'm at about spoon 6 or 7 probably, I'm not sure. What I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to play around with this level a little bit, just like everything. Got to kind of tinker around with it, get it to not every exact circumstance is the same. Sometimes it's a different kind of material, it's a lighter material, you need less slope. I'm not finding a lot of black sands in this so far. I suspect they've sunk to the bottom. So let me take a little break here. Let me get to leveling this up a little bit more. I'm going to raise the entire thing up some, and then we'll see what happens from there. At times I'll like to go and put one little dab right in the center, and then watch that material. If it veers off this way, I know this is lower. If it veers off that way, that's lower. Then you can kind of play around with it. The way I see it here, it kind of veered off this way just a hair, but it wasn't anything that was that critical. Now the material's moving a little slower. I like to see that. We'll see what happens with gold when we catch some here. So right now from top to the bottom, I started off at a 1/2 inch drop. Right now I'm only at about a quarter. 3/16 from here to here is about a 3/16 drop. Threw up another light over here so I could see. I'm about a quarter of the way through the bucket. I turned the camera off there for a little bit just so it wouldn't overheat. Found about 10, 12 specks so far, which is surprising that it got through the blue bowl. You know, I really run the blue bowl very cautiously. Don't push it too hard, just like this Miller table. I just chug right along. It's pretty surprising to see what got through the blue bowl here. I imagine in the blue bowl, flakes probably are able to escape the blue bowl. And then like I was saying earlier here, flat pieces flakes on the Miller table, they lay flat and get caught. So whatever goes through the blue bowl doesn't get caught is going to come in here and get caught here. So anyway, guys, I'm going to throw it on fast forward, throw some tunes on, and I'll be back after a while. Almost down to the end now. Probably 8 spoonfuls maybe. Okay, so I'm gonna get this bucket kind of cleaned up. I need to get it all consolidated. I can't hardly get, I got one more spoon. try to get all this in a snuffer bottle. So at the end, I took the tailings out of that 1-gallon bucket that I had, and I put it in a little 16-ounce plastic container. And I found that it's a lot easier just to take a snuffer bottle, suck out all those little tiny fines, and pour it out onto the table. Alrighty. Did find a bunch of pieces, probably 20 or 30 pieces if I had to guess in there. I'll get that cleaned up. I'll show you guys what I found. And then if it's worth weighing, we'll throw it on the scale. If it's not, I'll just show you what I got. So that's what was found in the millet table that the Blue Bowl lost. It'll be interesting to see the percentage compared to how much gold was in the pay dirt bags. There is not a lot in this little pan. So I'll get this put on the scale and we'll do the equation and see what the percentage of loss was on the Blue Bowl. So I put this stuff under my little digital microscope. You can get those things, guys. They hook up to your cell phone. Shoot, I think Amazon has them for 15 bucks. They're pretty nice. But here's the gold. There's a piece right here kind of in the center. It's got like a hole in it. Nice piece right there with some quartz, some flat rounded stuff right there, some other little pieces of quartz, and some nice shiny stuff. There's a piece right there on the bottom. It's kind of folded over, kind of flat. I mean, I guess I could see how the water could get that picked up. Maybe that piece with the hole in it. Some of it's kind of round, kind of surprising that it would get picked up and thrown out the Blue Bowl. But this is all the stuff that the Blue Bowl lost. Some of it kind of makes sense. I could see how the water would pick it up and take it out. There's that piece with the quartz in it. But that's a pretty good little amount if you really think about it. So here's the results of what the millet table pulled out of the Blue Bowl concentrates. George's bag was a 0.5 gram. Vendetta's bag was it was 0.66. James Culver's was 1 gram. Garage Prospecting was 1/10 of a gram. Right around 2 grams, and it's 0.02. I'd say that's about 100th. So I will put the equation up. I bet you the Blue Bowl we're looking at probably lost only 1%. But we'll see what's happening with it. I'll throw that up here in the video so you guys can see it. You guys take care. Have a great night. Thanks for coming along on the ride. All the Blue Bowl and millet table stuff. Take care. Have a good night. Gold pan and suntan is